Hey, this is Pastor Doug of Solo Faith Church, and you're probably watching this video because you typed in something like schools, Concord, North Carolina. You're looking for somebody to tell you about schools in Concord. Um, I have a lot of experience when it comes to schools in Concord, North Carolina, because my children went to the schools in Concord, North Carolina. So don't listen to Yelp, listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you what you need to know about the schools here. With that being said, before we get into that, as you know, I'm the pastor of Solo Faith Church, and I would like to invite you to our church on the weekends so that you can come and be a part of a faith based community. With that being said, if you are looking for a Bible study or a small group, we meet on Tuesdays digitally and we can get you into that. So put something in the comment section below and say, hey, Pastor Doug, I'm looking for a Bible study, or I want to know more about your services. Then I'll reach out to you. Now, schools, Concord, North Carolina. Let me tell you, um, everything is relative, right? Relativity. That's how we're going to start off with the word relativity. Um, I lived in Charlotte for over 10 years. And, moving from Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio area, down here, um, uh, Charlotte, North Carolina schools were not all that bad, but that statement is relative, right? Because the Cincinnati schools were horrible. I mean, we were lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. I mean, we were just that those public schools in Cincinnati were rough, rough, rough. So coming down here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, it wasn't that bad. Okay. And so um, my children, started going to the public schools in Charlotte or whatever the case may be. And the only thing that I ever heard about Cabarrus County, which is where Concord, North Carolina is, was they had the best schools. They had the best public schools in the area. Um, as I begin to grow up and have, children, as far as being more mature about where I'm at, I realized that the public schools in Charlotte were bad too. Not as bad, remember, relative, not as bad, but they were bad, right? So my children picked up some bad habits, ran with the wrong people, all the different kind of stuff, and that's just kind of how these public schools are. With that being said, um, I always heard about Cabarrus County schools and how they were the best county schools, how they were the best schools in the county, well, in the in this Charlotte metro complex of an area. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know about that. I moved out to Gaston County, where Gastonia is, and then my children went to school out there. And then, they graduated, so a couple of them graduated. I have 7 children. A couple of them graduated, and then, we moved all the way to Cabarrus County, and, all of this stuff that I heard about, you know, Concord having really good schools, um, it's relative. That's relative, because the truth of the matter is that just like, Charlotte was not as bad as Cincinnati, um, and Gastonia was not as bad as Charlotte. Um, Concord is not as bad as Charlotte, but those Concord city schools are still kinda bad. I'm just gonna be honest with you, bad. And let me define bad. I'm not saying that the teachers are bad. I'm not saying that the level of education is bad. I'm saying that the environment is bad. And and that doesn't mean that Concord has bad schools. What I'm saying to you is that Concord has like maybe the public schools are not as good, and for their reputation that they are. kind of like the best schools in the Charlotte metropolitan area. If that's the case, then it's only like that because it's relative, right? Um, but if you are coming from an area that has really good schools, uh, don't think that you because you come into Concord that it's going to be just great schools here. It's just it's just the public schools is just not it. It's not it. So, with that being said, are there any good schools in Concord? Absolutely, absolutely. But they are more Christian schools, private schools, even some of the STEM programs are, are good, right? So, just like anything, you have to be in a privileged place to get your children in a privileged school. And so, and those privileged schools, man, they are backed up. It's like it's hard to get your children into them. There's competition, all that different kind of stuff. So, that's kind of the scene here, but that's kind of the scene everywhere, right? So, if you have no choice but to put your children in public school, then Concord is better than Gaston. Concord is better than Mecklenburg, which is Charlotte and Gastonia. Um, but still, keep an eye on your kids, keep an eye on who they talking to, and go through their phones. All right. So, listen, if you agree or disagree, put it in the comment section below. With that being said, I want you to also, I want to invite you to Solo Faith Church, to a Bible study, and subscribe, like, and share if you want to hear more my opinions on Concord, North Carolina. If you plan on moving here or you're new to the area. This is Pastor Doug. I'll talk to you later.